Nunes says, pay close attention to this Obama official who will bring Spygate scandal to its knees. By Amy Moreno for TruthFeedNews.com. California Rep. Devin Nunes has a heads up for Americans as we inch closer to exposing the truth about Spygate. Nunes says we need to keep an eye on Bruce Orr, a former top DOJ official who was demoted after his power abuse was revealed. Nunes says there's more to come with Orr, who will emerge as a key player. From the Washington Examiner, House Intelligence Committee Chairman Devin Nunes said on Monday that Bruce Orr, a former top official in the Justice Department, will become more and more important as GOP lawmakers look for evidence of power abuse and corruption at the highest levels of the Obama administration. I think people should pay close attention to it, the California Republican said to Fox News' Sean Hannity. Nunes was referring to findings that suggest Christopher Steele, the former British spy who compiled the Trump dossier on behalf of the Clinton campaign, kept supplying allegations to the FBI after the 2016 election, even though by that point he was terminated, as a source by the Bureau for giving confidential information to the media. We need these documents declassified. That has to get done at Hannity here. Let's take a quick listen here if it plays.
Really where we're at. A lot of people ask, well, what's left? We still have information that we need from the Department of Justice. However, I will say, as of tonight, we are getting closer and closer to having the information that we need.
Tell us why.
One of the big issues that they have provided, they have allowed all the issues that were in our subpoena, they have now either we've been able to review, our investigators have been able to review, or they have been delivered to the committee in one form or fashion or another. So let's put that aside. There's still more that has to be done, and we're, of course, months and months late. So where are we? We talked about this last week. We have at least 20 pages of the FISA the FISA warrant that went after Carter Page. We have about 20 pages that the House Republicans have asked several months ago for the president and his office to declassify. We need that declassified. Senator Grassley, secondly, asked for the Bruce Orr 302s. Bruce Orr is going to become more and more important in this investigation.
Explain the
I think people should
302
pay
and what
close
they
attention
altered.
to it.
Explain the 302, which is an official report.
So
what are they altered?
So the FBI interviewed Bruce Orr at least a dozen times and put together reports. So once they fired Steele, which at that point they should have not been meeting with him anymore, but what they had is they had Bruce Orr, whose wife Nellie Orr was working for Fusion GPS, was going to meet and still get the information from Christopher Steele as they were trying to verify this unverified dossier or the Clinton dirt that was used to get the FISA warrant. So that's number two. Number three, there is exculpatory evidence that we have seen of classified documents that need to be declassified. These were not, when I say
Exculpatory in nature, in what way? I don't mean to
not
press you. Exculpatory in what way?
in that the Carter Page FISA, when the judges should have been presented with this exculpatory evidence that the FBI and DOJ had. So those are the three areas that we have left in terms of what we need declassified.
I've been hearing rumors of on top of that, a tape and potentially Intel service involvement in all of this. Is there any truth to that?
Well, that I think gets to the origins of the investigation, which we still are unclear on whether or not. We know that the Australian diplomat that was serving in London, we were told that it was Five Eyes intelligence that was used to go after Papadopoulos. What we discovered in our investigation is there was no Five Eyes intelligence, and in fact, Downer's story, the Australian diplomat, doesn't even make any sense. So we're still trying to follow up on that. But in the big picture here, we need these documents declassified. That has to get done.
Well, congressional investigators have found that Orr, who was the fourth highest ranking official and the Justice Department acted as an intermediary between Steele after he was terminated as a source and the FBI's investigation into ties between the Russians and President Trump's 2016 campaign. When Orr gave the Bureau information from Steele, agents made a record of it. And those records are in the form of so-called 302 reports, in which the FBI agents write up notes of interviews during an investigation. Furthermore, Nellie Orr, the wife of Bruce Orr, was employed by Fusion GPS, the opposition research firm that commissioned the dossier in an effort that was funded in part by Democrats. The FBI, Hillary Clinton, and the DNC to assist in the cultivation, paid for by them, to assist in the cultivation of research of then candidate Trump. There was a dozen 302 reports on post-election interviews about Orr. In a July letter, Senate Judiciary Chairman Chuck Grassley told the FBI and Justice Department there is no continuing justification for the FBI to keep the document secret. The 302s in Orr were listed as one of the three subjects in which Nunes said he and other congressional investigators still need information from the Justice Department. Rounding out that list was again pressing President Trump to declassify the warrant used to gain the authority to spy on one-time Trump campaign aide Carter Page, and exculpatory evidence that we have seen of classified documents that need to be declassified. Nunes and fellow GOP chairman Trey Gowdy and Bob Goodlatte have pressed the DOJ for months for documents related to the Russia and Hillary Clinton email investigation, with some success. Though he complained that the DOJ was dragging its feet, Nunes said, "As of tonight, we are getting closer and closer to having the information that we need. They are provided. They have allowed all the issues that were in our subpoena. They have now. Either we've been able to review, our investigators have been able to review what they have been delivered to the committee in one form or fashion or another. Let's put that aside. There is still more that has to be done, and we are a month late," he added. Orr is a key person to be looking out for. Nunes is right, and we will be looking out for it. And meanwhile, Carter Page is also involved. How come he's not being prosecuted by Mueller? That's a very good question. He was spied on. Carter Page was spied on in order to get to Trump, and and he was guilty of the same crimes as Manafort, but yet Carter Page is not being prosecuted. So doesn't it point to being a plant for the FBI? They used Carter Page in order to get to Trump. That's what Mueller did. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.